Okay, so welcome back, and we're going to do another one of these questions of the same vein. So let's do cos 3 theta equals minus 1, and our interval will be between 0 and 360, and notice that it's equal, theta is equal or more than 0, which means that we're including the value that crosses, the x value that crosses at 0. So let's go again, and I would just simply take the whole of cos 3 across. So theta will give us, when I plug it in my calculator, minus 1. Okay, so what do we do? Of course, this question is pretty similar to the last one, and we've got to take note of this baby. So, I mean, if we were going to draw the original, then we'd start from here. It looks something like that, going through 90, 180, 270. Okay, but now we've tripled the frequency of the of theta. Okay, so this means that we are going to need one. So we have, like, say, one peak, or one peak there, and that equals, that's half a peak, and that's half a peak, so that's one peak as well. But we want 3 peaks. So like we did in the last question, you want to do 360 divided by 3 this time. It was divided by 4 last time, and you're going to get 120. Okay, 120 degrees. So if we just do a little one, so that's just basically means that you're going to get the wave that does that every 120 degrees. Okay, so now all we have to do is just transpose this on, the big cos graph here, all the way to 360. I doubt if I'm gonna, in fact I'll leave it off, because I doubt if I'm going to get that accurate. So from here, I'm trying to follow the one below a little bit, just so we get a little bit of continuity, and that's not quite the same height or amplitude, but nevertheless. Right, so that's to 120. Yeah, let's go again. That's our second peak, and that's our third, because we've got 1, 2, or that, sorry, half, 1.5, 2.5, 3. Or I mean, with a cos wave, it's better to look at the peaks beneath the negative peaks. That's 1, 2, 3. So there's 360. So what are these things here? Okay, and the way you'd work out, I'd go back to here to kind of do the working out for that. To be honest, I mean, some people will be able to intuitively just see that, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crosses. So maybe you just divide 6 into 360, and you get 60s. So that'll equal 60. So does that mean that that's going to be, that it's going up in 60s? Not necessarily. So and we'll see. Okay, so if we just halve this, we know that's going to be 60. So now we know actually already that it's not going to be 60. So that was just, a nice try perhaps. And now let's find this point here, what that's worth. So that's going to be half of 60 and 120. So if we go 120 plus 60, 120 plus 60 divided by 2, and that's going to give us 90. So this point is 90. Okay, and it looks like we're going up in 30s then. So that's 30. So therefore, I mean, I'm going the really long way. Once you get used to these things, you just do it by instinct, to be honest, rather than always sort of faffing about. But it's good to sort of feel that it's good to know that you're going to be pretty confident when you do this. 6, 12, 18, 21, 27, 33. It does go up in sixes. Fucking hell. But we didn't. That's 60. Okay, edit. Okay, so it's going up in 30s. So that's 30. That's 60. Make sure, because it's quite easily done, you can just go 3, 6, 9, 12 and put it on the where it crosses, but you're just going up 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I almost did it then. I almost wrote 21 there. It's easily done. It's where you lose marks just from sort of rushing or not understanding where you're likely to kind of mess up. So what was that? 24, 27, 300, 330. Why do we have a slight error here then? For fuck's sake. 6. 12. Oh, that's why. Okay, let's get that. Edit. So, where were we? 150, 180. And make sure, I would mark all these points, in fact, just to remind me that that's where I'm putting my scale, okay? Because it's very easy to just accidentally, just go along and put 240 there rather than here, for example. So that's 270, 300, 330, 360. Okay, so there we are. And what do we want? -1. So that's down here, as we know. So that's going to be all these peaks. And these peaks are 60, 180, 300. So they are our x values. 6, 180, and 300. Yeah, that was a toughie. Looked easy, looked very easy, but it's all this stuff that you've got to get right, and be careful because you can lose a lot of marks if you don't. So more practice needed, and we'll see you in the next question.